Good morning, everyone. I know I look like the abominable snowman, but it's 42 degrees out here. So I wanted to walk my dogs again, let everybody see that Carmen is progressing. She's getting a little bit better, slow but sure. So there's my daughter, your first one on. So I'll turn the camera around so that you can see my girls. There we go. There's one of them there. The other one keeps getting out of the camera. But I try to walk her twice a day now. I think she's beginning to look a lot better. My daughter and I, we ascertained that she's a Chiweenie. She is a cross between a Chihuahua and a weenie dog. Because she saw one on Facebook that, hi, good to see you. That was a 28-pound Chiweenie. It was the fattest Chiweenie I'd ever seen. Yeah, she does. She looks a lot better. And like I said, when I weighed her a week ago yesterday, she was 23 pounds. Had her weighed at the vet next to PetSmart. I think she's going to lose a lot quicker. You know, I'm taking her for walks twice a day, except when it rains, of course. And it's, like I said, when it's real cold, when it real cold gets 25 and 30 degrees, I won't be walking them at all because it's just too cold to come out here. Right now it's 42. It is about 7 degrees warmer than it was yesterday at this time when I walked. I'm not doing the cooking scope today, so I'll do this in lieu of the cooking scope since I got an appointment at 1 o'clock. So I'll do this now and then I'll have a scope in today. I walked them last night, and when I get to this house I'm going to tell you about, I was walking my dogs, and there's this one guy that has his dogs out in the front yard. And she'll start barking before I even get up to the house. She goes crazy. I think the guy's getting tired of having to corral her back into the house. He has the nerve to say to me, "You better start walking on the other side of the sidewalk." And I told him, I says, "I have a right to walk on this side of the sidewalk." He didn't want me walking on his side of the sidewalk because of his dog. And I'm thinking, I should have told him, well, put your dog in the backyard then. Because he does have them in the backyard once in a while. Put her in the backyard and she won't be tied up in the front yard. I mean, he's trying to tell me that I have to walk on the other side of the street so he doesn't have to corral his dog and take her into the house because she goes crazy. That's not my problem. You know, if he can't control his animals any more than that, it's not my problem. You know, I have a right to walk where I choose to walk. You know, and I thought it was kind of rude for him to say that, but that's the same place where a while back, this is when Chewy was still alive, that I had picked him up, was carrying him, and Buttercup got off her leash and she ran across the street. You know, he didn't say anything to me then, but it's the same house. People just don't understand that they take your rights away from you slow but sure. They're trying to say, well, you have to do this and you have to do that, and you don't. You know, she's barking at somebody she saw walking. Carmen? No, Carmen. Carmen? Calm down. She barks at anybody she sees that she doesn't know. Come on, get up here. So, it's okay. It's okay, Carmen. It's okay. Carmen. I gotta calm her down. Hold on. I gotta calm her down. Hey, Carmen. Try to calm her down. I just get down to her face and let her know she can't do that. And she's not doing it now, so I guess I can stop. But, oh yeah, look at Buttercup. Now she's deciding to go. Oh, brother. And I didn't bring my bags along, so I'm just going to shove it into the dirt so it's not on the sidewalk. I normally bring bags along, but I forgot them. Just waiting on the school bus, Carmen. That's all. Waiting on the school bus. Okay. Come on, let's go across. Carmen, gotta go this way. Come on. She just doesn't know the person. No, you don't need to bark either. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. No, come on. Come on. Hey, come on. Come on. It's hard to get them across the street if they want to keep barking. It's Carmen. Hey. Hey. Calm down. That's unnecessary. Now stop. Come on. Let's go. Let's walk. But she does, I can tell every day that she looks a lot better than she did. She's really losing the weight. I'm trying to get her so so that she can walk a lot better and run through the house. Oh, she's got to go again. Run through the house, and she stands there and waits patiently. Like I said, I didn't bring my bag, so I have to kind of leave it. I got to bring some bags with me next time. Take the time to pick them up. I guess she had to go quite a bit. Anyway, it's cool out here, but I do need my exercise, and they need their exercise too. And since I wasn't going to be coming on this afternoon, I normally come on with my cooking scope. This is what you're going to get from me today. I guess it's better than no scope at all. So, and my daughter likes to watch my doggy scopes. A lot of people like to watch my doggy scopes. As you can see, her harness is a lot looser on her than it used to be. Her collar is very loose on her. It barely would go around her when I got her. So, but she's gaining a lot of muscles. What she's gaining muscle and losing the fat. So, and that's a good thing. It's you gotta keep up with them. You know, she's low energy, so it's real easy to keep up with her. It wasn't easy to keep up with Chewy because he was he had a lot of energy. You know, at my age, I don't have the energy that he had, but it's easy to keep up with her because she sleeps most of the day, whether she's on my lap or she's in the bedroom sleeping in Chewy's bed, what he slept in. She sleeps in that. For some reason, she enjoys sleeping in that bed, and I just let her sleep in it. You know, I was going to take it out in the garage, but nope, she likes it, so might as well let her have it. You know, so, and she sleeps on my bed at night. So, what's everybody's weather doing today? We're only going to be in the 50s today. Getting quite cool pretty fast. We got a frost warning coming tonight. Real cold, my ex-husband, when he called this morning, he said it was only 33 there, and it's 42 here. So we're 9 degrees warmer here than he is there in Vancouver. So it's coming. Not much I can do about it. I have to accept it. You know, it is what it is. I don't mind it too much. I mean, I'm just concerned about the winter. What's the weather in the winter going to be? Is it going to be cold? We're going to get a lot of snow. Oh my goodness, my daughter's going to have 90 today but hotter with the heat index. Oh my goodness. You guys are staying warm for the longest time. Wow. 90. Well, see, that weather's not affecting you. The snow or not, it's not affecting you. It just happened to affect me because of the Rockies. So, yeah, it probably is because you probably have a real cold winter. You have a cold winter, and there's not much you can do about it. Because they say when it's real hot in the summer, you can definitely have a cold winter out of it. So, you know, it is what it is. Although you get a lot of snow sometimes anyway. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't change it. Although you'd love to, I know. I'd love to change the weather. In fact, we're cold right now. Although it's cooler than it has been, so it's feeling pretty good because it's better than real hot. But I like it a little bit warmer. You know, I wouldn't mind if it was 55 this morning, but as cold as it is, I have to deal with it. You know, you can see this dog. She just loves to look around and get into everything. I'm trying to keep their leashes from getting tangled up, but she wants to smell everywhere. That's why my walks end up being 45 minutes instead of a half hour because she's always making sure that she's got to smell everything. Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, I can flip myself around here. Well, I can't do that either. There they come out. Okay, there they did it on their own. I was trying to flip the thing around, but wow, people are gone this morning, I guess, or didn't get notifications again. And I know Erlene's not home. She said she wouldn't be home today, so she's gone. She had to leave early this morning, so I knew she wouldn't be in here, but she'll watch the replay later. And I'm happy with the ones I do have in here because you get to see what my dogs look like, the ones that have never seen my dogs, especially Carmen, the red and white dog. She's the one that's the one that is new. And I've only had her a little bit more than a month. And no. Ah, they go crazy. Hi.
Hey.
Come on, girls. Come on. So, sorry about that. The traffic was piled up because they were waiting for a guy to come and get in the truck. These girls are just loving to bark at anything and everything that moves. So, but that's common. Dogs will do that. They bark at every little noise they hear. But I agree that Carmen does look a lot better now than she did. She looks a lot better. She's skinnier in places. She's still got some fat to lose, but she's still got that wiggle in her butt that my daughter says she has, or waddle in her butt. She's still got that waddle, but she's not as fat as she was. It comes from giving her, just a cup of food and making sure that I walk her like I should, keep her walked every day, twice a day if I can, weather permitting. That's the problem. In the wintertime, I may not be able to do that much. I won't be able to because it'll be too cold. And I don't walk outside when it's 20 degrees. Not at all. This house I'm coming up to is the one where the guy told me to walk on the other side of the street, right here. He's the one that told me, this guy here. And that's when I told him, I says, I have a right to walk on this side, because his dog was tied up in the front yard, and she was going crazy when she saw my dogs, but she was going crazy before they even come up to her, or before they even got up to, oh, thank you. She was going crazy before I even got close to her. Hi, Libby, good to see you, welcome. And before I even got up to her, and then, for him to tell me, well, you start walking on the other side of the street, and that's when I told him, I says, I'm going to walk on this side. I have a right to walk on this side of the street. Nobody's going to tell me I'm going to change the other side of the street because of their dog, And I've seen him have his dogs in the backyard. There's no reason why you can't keep them in the backyard, because I've seen them out there. I'll walk past and they're out there in the backyard looking and barking. So I know he can do it. He just puts them in the front yard to antagonize me, I think. That's what he does. But, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to walk on this side of the street, and if he doesn't like it, that's too daggone bad. Let him do something about it. What's right is right, These are public sidewalks, and anybody can walk on them. I'm not going to cross the street just because his dog is standing there and wanting to come after my dogs or wanting to play with them or whatever. Well, it doesn't matter if he's white or black. It doesn't matter. That's not the issue. And he's not that old. No. And that's not that issue. And that's not very nice to ask that, because I'm white myself. It's just that he doesn't like the fact that he has to try and what are you saying? Get off my grass. I think it's time for you to go. And if you don't go, my moderators are going to block you, or they're going to get you out of here. Because I was on the sidewalk and I didn't get in his grass or anything. And yeah. And it's sad that people have to be that mean and contentious. But that's the way the world is, mean and contentious. I'm not going to do anything right now. If you apologize, that's okay. But it doesn't matter if he's white or black, or it's just the point. The point of the matter is, he told me, you better start walking on the other side. And that's when I told him, I don't have to walk on the other side. I can walk on this side if I want to. Put his dog in the backyard. And that's what I should have told him. Well, put your dog in the backyard. I've seen him there before, He was just being mean because he has to deal with his dogs. Every time I walk past, he's got to take him in the house, and he doesn't want to. That's not my problem. He's got them tied in the front yard, and if they're going to get wild, then he better put him in the back. No, not today, Libby, because I've got an appointment at 1 o'clock. So that's why I'm doing this one now, because I have an appointment at 1 o'clock, and I won't be able to come in. So if I do this now, at least you got a scope for me today, and I'll do a cooking scope tomorrow. It's just the appointment had to be taken care of. It was something I made on Friday, and it has to be done. So there's nothing I can do. Appointments are there, and I want to keep it. So, but I'll come in tomorrow and do a cooking scope. One of these days I want to do a smoothie in the blender. I get some stuff to do the smoothie in the blender. Hopefully I will get that done. But my soup was really, really good. I've got another bowl of it, and I'll have to eat it before I go to my appointment. Either that or eat it when I come back from my appointment. It usually doesn't take very long, but one of the two, I might eat it a little early and eat it, but because I've got another bowl, the sandstone. It's a gray stone. It's still stoneware bowl, and it holds quite a bit. I don't know if it's in our hymn book. I don't know if it is or not. You could look it up. It may be, but if it is, it's in the very back. In the very, very back. We don't sing it that often in church, and I just happened to decide to use that as my song after I do my prophecy scopes because people like it. And it's just a chorus basically. Oh, get off my grass. Oh, yeah, you have people like that. I don't know. I think it's in the very, very back of the hymn book. You could look it up. I do have the SDA hymnal on my phone, and I can't bring it up right now since I'm doing this. But all I have to do is on the search bar is have to type in a song, and it'll bring it right up. So I think it's there, but I'm not too sure. I have to check. But I do sing that once in a while. I try as much as I can. So, but for those that are just coming in, the red and white dog is the one that's the new dog. I've had her a little bit more than a month. She was 25 pounds, or almost 26 pounds when I got her. Or at least, no, actually that's what she was, 25.9 when she was surrendered to the shelter. And when I got her on the 21st of August, I don't really know what she was at that time, but I took her to the vet a couple days later, and she was 24.3 pounds. So she had lost some weight. And now when I weighed her last Sunday, not yesterday, but a week ago, she was 23. Oh, you go by the name of an old white guy on a radio show. And anyway, so she was 23 pounds, but she feels lighter than that. But of course, she's gaining muscle. She's losing the fat and gaining the muscle. But she does look a lot better. She's not as filled out in places as she was. And she can run in the house now, and it's not as hard for her to get up on things like my chair. It always took her a little time to get up there. She can't get up on my bed because I've got one of those deep mattresses, so I have to put her up there. But she's doing great. She's low energy, however. She'll go outside and do her job, maybe bark a little bit or something, get done, come in the house, and go back to bed again. Oh, you're 139, but look 65. Whoa. Wow, if we could only live to be 139. I'm 71, and people tell me I look good for my age, although sometimes I feel a little older, but, it is what it is, Each day that comes along, we get that much older, So, they're my companions. I am divorced, and they're my companions. I have them to talk to. Not that they're not going to answer me back, but have them to be there for, and take care of, and they have their moments though, where they'll drive me crazy, but I still love them anyway. And this other Pomeranian, I've had her over 10 years. She's 11 years old as of March this year. She's a good dog. She does bark a lot, and I try to get her to stop barking, but, she'll bark when I go outside, she'll bark when the garage door opens up. When I go away and I come back home, Before I even get in the house, I open up the garage door, I hear her barking. So she, and Carmen, she's not really barking. She'll scratch at the door and wait for me to come in. And then she'll run to the back door that she wants out, you know. Of course, she's not out there very long. Then she comes back in to see me. So there are some dogs that go through withdrawal. And I think Chewy did a lot. And I think that was the one reason why he decided to dig his way out, because he got tired of being left home so much, because I had to do errands. But he had Buttercup here, but he just didn't want to be home alone. He didn't want to be left alone. He wanted to be taken with me, but I couldn't do that. Come on, Carmen. I just couldn't do that. So I think that's probably why. And he was so adventurous. If I'd have known he was that adventurous, I probably wouldn't have got him. But, you know, such is life, you know. You have to deal with it as it comes. Of those that are in here that may not know, he ended up getting hit by a car and got killed. I've been accused of killing him, but I didn't kill him at all. He just got loosed and he ran out in front of on the busy road and ran out in front of a car and got killed. And I saw it happen. That was the hardest part of it all, you know. But people don't know me and they don't know my situation, but they sure like to talk. You know, some people can be that way. But, you know, I let it go in one ear and out the other. You have to. I've got this. I've got to be here for these two now, Carmen and Buttercup, you know. And they get along great. I've never seen two dogs that get along so much together. She doesn't growl at her or anything, you know. She can lay down with her and she likes her being there. And she tries to play with her every morning. When I get her harness on, she's ready. She's raring to play. Yeah, it was a dry... It happened on the 20th of August. He had dug his way out earlier that day. Now, I've dropped Buttercup's leash. Hold on. I got to pick it up. He had gotten out earlier that day, and somebody had brought him back to me. Well, I didn't think anything of it, and I did go out to look to see if I could find the hole. Well, unfortunately, I didn't look in the right place to find the hole. It's not where I thought it was. So therefore, I didn't get the hole covered up. Well, he went out later that night, got out, and it was about between 7 and 7:30 that I found him, and I tried to get him to lure him home. And instead of him following me home, he goes out on the road and got himself killed. They don't know any danger, you know. Good morning, Cheryl. Good to see you. And that was the hardest part, is to watch him get hit. And when he got hit, the first thing I did, I said, I knew when he went out in the street what was going to happen. And I said, no. And then when the car hit him, the car just kept right on going. And I said, you killed my dog. And the car didn't even stop. Never stopped at all. So that was the worst part of it. And the police said some lady had seen it happen, and she called the police, and they said, well, we can't compel them to stop. You can't compel people to stop. So, you know, and it's pretty sad that that's the way it is. The laws stink, you know. But at least you would have thought the person would have at least stopped knowing when he hit something, because it was a loud enough thud that people came out of their houses to see what happened because they heard it. Yeah, she is, Cheryl. She is smaller than before. When I had her weighed a week ago yesterday, they said she was 23 pounds at Banfield. But she doesn't seem like she weighs that much. Oh, my goodness. You lost your Labrador to cancer. She's just 4 years old. Oh, that's a shame. Hi, Ebony. Good to see you. I lost my very first dog I had. She got I got her as a pup from a breeder. It was a Bichon Frise. And she was a white dog. I named her Happy. And she only lived to be 5 years old, and she got ketoacidosis, diabetes. And she passed pretty fast. And then, well, I got Buttercup. I had Buttercup before that, and Buttercup, ever since the Happy died, was looking for her. She knows that she was supposed to be around, and since then, I've had Sarah, I had her for about, let's see, she was 2 years old, I think, when I got her. And I had her for almost 6 years, and she got sick and died. And then I got Chewy, and I had him for a year and a half, and then he got killed. So I've lost 3 dogs, and Buttercup's been around for every one of them. she's my old standby, I guess. She's been here alive, and the other ones that got killed. I'm just hoping that she don't go very soon. But she's 11 years old. I don't know when that's going to be, but she's doing pretty good. She's got energy. She'll run around in the backyard, and she don't play with Carmen though. She hasn't got energy for that. But she will smell her, and stuff. But she is looking. Carmen is looking so much better. I'm really pleased. It comes from putting her on a diet, not giving her much food, measuring out her food, and trying to walk her twice a day. As long as the weather's permitting, I'm walking her twice a day. And that helps, which I'll probably do this afternoon too, provided it's not raining. Because usually what I do is I'll do a periscope in the afternoon and then do whatever I have to do, rest for a little bit, and then by 4 or 5 o'clock I'm going out and walking them. Yeah, she will lose more, Cheryl. She's gaining a lot of muscle right now. They said she weighs 23 pounds, but she doesn't feel that heavy. But it's the muscle weighs more than fat. And you can see the fat that she had on her is just slowly melting away, just melting off. She's not as miserable as I know when I got her. She had to be miserable because she had so much fat on her, and I felt sorry for her. But I wasn't going to leave her sit there at the shelter knowing that she needed somebody to give her tender, loving care, take her for walks. And that's what people didn't want to do, was walk her, I guess. Overfed her and then just didn't walk her. Well, I'm not that way. I've always walked my dogs. Every day I've walked them as long as I can. As long as the weather permits, I walk them. I walk out over here because of the tree. The tree has got his real tall branches, and it hit my head. Anyway, I walk them as much as I possibly can. They like their walks. In fact, they insist on it. Buttercup, she pretty much knows that it's time to go walking every morning because it starts to get daylight, and she's letting me know, barking at me, let me know she wants to go walking. So the minute I get off my computer and go to the bedroom, get my shoes out, she knows exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take her for their walk, and she gets real excited. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Welcome. So, yes, a little school bus just went by. But she enjoys her walk. Carmen does too. Yeah, they do overfeed. That's true. They do. They don't know their limitations. Now, when I took her to the vet, I asked the vet, I says, what should she weigh? She said probably around 15 pounds. Well, at that time, she was about almost 10 pounds overweight. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She's lost a lot of weight. No, come on. You can see they get real excited when they see people. Come on, girls, come on. No, she's got to go to school. Come on. Yes, that's my new dog. She's 23 pounds now. A week ago yesterday, that's what she weighed, 23 pounds. Considering that she was almost 26 pounds when she was surrendered to the shelter. She's got a waddle in her butt, like my daughter said. She really enjoys her walks now. As you can see, she's doing a lot better. She still sniffs around a lot, which most dogs will, but she likes it. She's walking so much better. She can run through the house. Her harness is loose on her. Her collar is very loose on her compared to what it was when I got her. They couldn't hardly get her harness on her. This is the harness I bought, and the leash, and the collar, and they couldn't hardly get the harness on her. They said it was really tight, but it's really loose now. So it pays to put her on a strict diet. The vet told me to give her a cup of food, and that's all she gets is a cup of food. So, only eat 6 ounces a day. Is she supposed to weigh that much? Yeah, you gotta cut back on their food. Now I can give her a cup of food, and she won't even eat it in one day. So it takes her a couple days. She eats about a half a cup a day. So she eats sporadically. She doesn't eat all that much. So I just put a cup in her dish, and wait until it's gone, and then I put some more in there. But like I said, she's already eaten a little bit this morning, so she probably won't eat anything the rest of the day unless before she goes to bed tonight, she'll eat a little bit, and that'll be all she'll do. Because she walked away from it, when she's had enough. So that's a good thing. But it's best to put them. Come on, let's go this way. It's best to keep them on a strict diet. not give them too awful much, and walk them. Give them their exercise. She's getting her exercise. And those that those that don't know, oh, your dog should weigh about 35. Well, she'll get there. Just keep on giving her the food that you're giving her and stuff, and she'll get there. Walk her and everything. Because if you have animals, you want to take good care of them. Oh no, not anymore. I will go into the bedroom because I'll open up the door to let her outside, and she sneaks in and I don't see her come in, and I'll go into the bedroom to see if she's there, and she goes and lays in Chewy's bed. Chewy's old bed that he used to sleep in. She goes in there and lays in there and sleeps in there. No, she only did that the first few days I had her, about the first week or so, but she doesn't hide under the bed anymore. I think it was just trying to get used to me, get used to her surroundings, and but she doesn't do that anymore. She sleeps in his bed, and she sleeps on my bed at night. She waits for me to put her up there. And I get her down every morning, and she has to go to the bathroom. They had to get up at 4 o'clock this morning to go to the bathroom because I heard her whining. Because that's what she'll do. She'll whine at me when she needs to go. Well, I heard Buttercup running around, so I figured, well, better let the other one out too. So I let him outside, and then I said, well, you go to the bathroom, and we're going to go back to bed. So we went back to bed, and I slept till 6 o'clock, almost 6 o'clock, when the phone rang this morning. So I got a little bit more sleep than I normally get. So that was a good thing. So you can see she stops a lot. She likes to smell around. Come on, girls, let's go. Come on, Carmen. Those that coming in, I've never seen her. This is my new dog, the red and white one. I've had her since the 21st of August. She's been a good dog so far. Her and I get along just great. She'll sleep on my chair for a while, and then she'll get tired and jump down and go back into Chewy's bed and sleep in there. Because she can stretch out. She's got more room to stretch out. On my chair, she can't too much because she's a little bit bigger. You know, Chewy was real small. And Buttercup, she's small too, so she can kind of curl up on my chair, which she does. She'll curl right up. But there is some jealousy on Buttercup's part. Buttercup is a Pomeranian, and Carmen is a Chiweenie. She is a part Chihuahua and part wiener dog, because she has the body of a wiener dog, the length, but she has the face of a Chihuahua. She has the tail of a Chihuahua. Yeah, because we weren't sure. My daughter saw a picture of a Chiweenie, and she sent it to me, and she said, well, that looks like Carmen. Yeah, and of course that dog was 28 pounds, so it looked just like her. I said, sure enough, I wondered if maybe she was she had part wiener dog in her. I wasn't sure, but there's this one house I went past. I didn't show you when we went past it, but they have puppies that they're giving away, but they're a Chihuahua Pit Bull mix. Can you imagine how ugly those things are going to be? Called a Chippet, a Chai Pit, or whatever there's different names for them. My daughter was looking that up yesterday too, and she sent some to me. They're ugly. Yeah, she has a tendency to be really jealous. If Carmen's up on my chair, she's got to be up there too. So it's funny. So I'll have to put her up by me if she wants to be up on my chair, because she'll sit on the very edge of the chair. Of course, if Carmen jumps down, then she goes and curls herself up into a ball, just lays in my chair and goes to sleep. So she is a jealous girl. Yeah, she does. She barks at me too. She certainly does. Boy, she barks at me. Boy, does she ever bark at me. I go away, she'll bark. I come home, she barks. She's happy to see me. Carmen, she tries to climb up on my legs. She's so happy to see me, and she's wagging her tail and practically rolling around on the floor because she's so happy that I'm home. Chewy was kind of that way too. He'd be outside and I'd say, I'm home. He'd come running in the house and want me to pick him up, and he'd give me the puppy kisses and stuff. It's kind of hard to give her puppy kisses because she's so big, but I can pick her up and hold her for a little bit, but then I got to put her down because it'll hurt my back. But I'm glad that she's doing so much better, that she's looking good as far as I'm concerned. She's on the road to losing the weight she needs to lose. The vet said, well, let's get her down to 18 pounds and then we'll go from there. But I'm thinking if I can get her below 18 pounds and get her down to 15, like she's supposed to be, she'll look so much better. She's got a ways to go. I mean, as of last Sunday, she's 8 pounds left to go. I mean, that's That's better than her being 50 pounds and having so much weight to lose that she's not going to make it. But she'll get there. It's just that the person who had her, the homeless person, just overfed her too much. And you can do that. You can overfeed them. And that's not good for them either. Probably gave her human food. You can't really do that. You got to watch what you give them, you know. She doesn't get very many treats. I give her very little of those because I don't want her putting the weight back on again. So she'll get a treat once in a while, but I won't give her a lot. So therefore, Buttercup doesn't get them either. If I can't give them to Chew or Carmen, I won't give them to her either. So she's learning to that I'm not going to give them to her now. You know, she might beg for them, but she's learning. So, but those that have seen Carmen before, you know that she's really looking good. She's looking better. Her harness, if I can show you her harness, how loose it is on her. It's just really amazing how loose her harness really is. Come here, Carmen. Stop a minute. Let me show you. See, I could show you. Come on, Carmen. Let's stop a minute. Come here. Stand. See, you can see how loose see how loose it is. Look how loose this really is, and it was never that way. No, I didn't name her Carmen. That was the name that she was given by the homeless person, and I just kept it because I liked the name, so I just kept it. That saved me having to figure out a name for her. However, with Chewy, he was given a Spanish name, and I didn't like it. He was given the Spanish name of Oso, because the Spanish person had named him. So I said, well, I'm going to name him Chewy, because I thought that name fit him, which it did. But her name was Carmen, and I kept it. And I said, no, I'm just going to keep that name. I suppose the homeless person had named her that. And she knows her name, because she'll come running when I call her. So she knows her name. But that's a good name for her. Like I said, she's been to the vet already. She had her nails clipped. She had her bath. They said she didn't like the nail clipping at all. She didn't like to get her nails ground. They were grinding her nails, and she didn't like that one bit. I don't think most dogs do. Buttercup, however, she loves to go to the vet or go to the PetSmart. She loves it. Every time we get there, she gets real excited. They wanted to make sure that she was going to be okay this time, because some of you may know she has seizures off and on, although she's not been having any lately. So in order to avoid her having a seizure, they left her out of her crate, because usually they put them in the crate until I come in to pick them up. Well, she decided to keep her out of the crate. Come on, Carmen, let's go. Come on, keep her out of the crate until I could get her and take her and pick her up and take her home. Come on, hold on. How much does Buttercup weigh? Carrie, I haven't weighed her in a while, but I think she was about 13 or so, 11, between 11 and 13 pounds. She's very small. I can pick her up with one arm, so she's very, very light. She never has weighed very much. So you can see that she's very, very... when I had Chewy, he was smaller than Buttercup. Now Buttercup is smaller than Carmen. So she's really small. She's very skinny. I'm trying to get her to put a little more weight on. Not too much, but she's got to eat enough, you know, because for a while I was feeling her ribs. I'm not feeling them so much now, so she's doing better. And it wasn't my fault. It's just that she wasn't eating all that much. I don't know if she didn't like the food or what it was, but so I changed her food, so now she's eating better. So, but like I said, I weigh Carmen's food out. I don't weigh Buttercup's out. I fill her dish up, and Carmen's, she gets a cup, and that's all she gets. When it's gone, it's gone. So you gotta get them under control as far as their weight, because the weight can spiral out of control, just like ours can, you know. It can spiral out of control, and that's what happened with hers. It spiraled right out of control, and the poor thing, I felt sorry for her. When I got her at the shelter, she was so big that she just couldn't hardly walk. And I thought, oh dear, what am I going to do? But I've been persistent enough to do what the vet has asked me to do, and I've walked her every day. And now I'm starting to walk her twice a day. I figured it'll get off that much quicker instead of just walking her once. So when I first got her, when she was surrendered to the shelter in August, I believe it was, she was 25.9 pounds. When I got her, she wasn't a whole lot more than 20 24, I think, because I took her to the vet 2 days after I got her, which was on the, I think, the 22nd or 23rd of August, and she weighed 24 pounds, 3 ounces. And now, last Sunday, I took her to Banfield, which is right next to PetSmart, and they said she was 23 pounds even. So she has lost weight. So she's doing a lot better. Her harness is, like you said, you can see it's really loose on her. Her collar's loose on her. So she's doing so much better. I mean, she's still overweight. She's still got a ways to go. But she isn't supposed to be this big. She's supposed to be about 15. That's what the vet said. So she may even get smaller than that. I don't know. But I'm going to, I don't want her to get too small. But I want her to get the weight off because she needs to lose the weight. She, it's, how we get. If we get overweight, we can't move around. We feel miserable too. My back would hurt and stuff. Well, you can imagine how she felt. Her poor legs probably weren't, And they told me there at the shelter not to give her any more than a 10-minute walk. Well, I didn't listen. I says my walks are a half hour, so I decided to walk her the whole way. And I'm glad I did that because I just walked real slow, and she managed to get through it and never had a problem. 10-minute walk just wasn't enough. But she's doing so much better. We're really wet because we had rain earlier this morning. So, but you get my grass is nice and green. I just mowed it the other day, so it's trying to kill these clovers. So, okay, come on, girls. I gotta go in the house. But she likes to smell around in the yard before I go to the door. So, as I'm home now and about ready to go in, so I think I'll close this Periscope up. But I hope you all have a great day. And like I said, I won't be coming on later. So, have a great, marvelous day. Take care. Bye bye. Until we meet again. God bless you.